Peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and blessings. Come on in. Come on in. Thank you for your patience. I am moving just a little slow today. I truly apologize for being so late. Hold on one second, y'all. Just bear with me. I'm getting myself together. Greetings. Hey, CX. How you doing? Yes, yes. Okay, hold on one second. I'm just gonna switch my screens out real quick. Y'all, I swear I'm trying. Okay, hold on. I'll do that one over here. And that one over here. All right. Okay, I'm ready. Hey, Kelvin. How y'all doing today? I know a lot of people are live. I'm just getting it in where I could fit in. I really anticipated going a little bit earlier, but life be life. And so I appreciate y'all patience again. I appreciate you for being here. And we're going to get right off into the content out. Well, let me do the housewarming. So, for those that are new to the channel, I appreciate you. Thank you to the new subscribers. I hope it don't disappoint, right? For those that make sure all your notifications bell is on, so because I'm all over the place sometimes, but I try to pump out consistent content and quality content. I don't like just coming on here just to be coming on here. And I'm telling you, I don't know how people that do this every day, all day do it, but power to you. Much love to you and all that good stuff. So, hey, Joy, hey, pretty lady. Thank y'all for coming in. And yes, so first I want to say a prayer and give prayers out to everyone that's affected. This is, I believe like we all knew something was coming. You just don't really know what it is and where to look, right? But it doesn't soften the blow when you got people that you love and people that everybody knows somebody that's been affected and is being affected. That's devastating. Everything that many of them have worked their whole lives for, just gone. And these insurance companies are just, they foul. They foul. They got to be called out. It is one expense during the week. I'm sorry, the month that I despise paying because you got to fight if you put in a claim. And in this instance, these insurance companies have been able to finagle and go through loopholes that the general public is not aware of, that is on document available to us with, right? To where they've not held accountable by just picking up their toys and going to another playground. This is not you. The way that they treat the people that give them the money and the power and the wealth and the generational wealth, they shit on us time and time again. I'm over it. I am over it. There's so much I want to say right now, but my heart goes out to the families, to the children. Not only have a lot of them lost their homes, they've lost their life. The schools, the neighborhood grocery stores, just the streets being easy to navigate and come to and fro. There's no reason to do people like this. How much is enough? How much is enough? At some point, you're going to self-destruct. And it's biblical we're waiting on that. Okay? We're waiting on that. But prayers to the families. For those, I'm looking for organizations I can send things to and donate to. And once I find out some credible sources, do my research, then I will post it on my community wall for anyone that wants to assist. And because everybody out there ain't a celebrity, everybody didn't lose multi-million dollar homes. This is a tough time to be outside and displaced with no warning. But judgment comes. That's all I got to say about it. So anyway, yes, anyway, because y'all already know. Peace and blessings to the chat. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to make it more fluid today, do a little less commentary, and we're just going to go through some videos and kind of chop them up. And so please, for whoever's watching and is comfortable engaging in the chat, please do so. And if y'all would like for me to drop the link, I have no problems and would love to dialogue and talk about this, because we can talk about it all day long, but there are things that we must be doing and need to be doing in order to change the situation. I don't have the answers on that for anyone else. All I can do is just focus on what I got going on, because I barely got the energy for that. So it requires everything that I do have, right? Let's go into the first video. House cleaning. Yes. One other thing, memberships are available. I don't think, hold on, let me see if I'm able. I don't think I'm able to pin it to the chat in this mode. But anyway, okay, there it goes. All right. So yeah, consider becoming a member if you haven't already, right? One more checking into the chat before I go into the content. CX said, I didn't like that shell shock guy said. I'm sorry, baby. You got fear. Okay. You might have to help me out with that one. Your voice. I got mad. Oh, you know what, baby? Listen, I know. And as a man, you should feel some type of way. For coming from me, he talked about me having fear when he couldn't have been more wrong. I walk fearless every single day. Do I have things that tend to make me anxious from time to time? And there are fears that do creep up, but they don't stay. Okay, they don't stay. So, hurt people. I'm not saying the man is hurt, but the gentleman that spoke today, I just don't take it no kind of way. I really don't. However people perceive him, they perceive him, but people, they show who they are, and it is what it is. So yes, that's where we at with it. But yeah, so just peace be unto us at this point. Nothing, I don't want anything to rattle us, especially things on a small scale, y'all. People are losing their lives. People are being totally displaced. Lives are being flipped upside down. And I don't think that a majority of us believe that this was all coincidental and by natural happenstance. None of us believe that. Okay, at least me and my folk don't, right? Which leads me to say that y'all a different type of diabolical. How do you sleep at night? Do you sleep? I would venture to say not much. Peace and blessings to the chat. Let's go, y'all. Is that my beautiful one? Did I see her? Peace and blessings, baby. Peace and blessings. We got Rachel in the building. Thank you, Rachel. I be watching you from the bushes. I need to comment more, but the hours, I love tuning into you when I can't sleep. So though I don't type, you're good. You're healing for my ears. So you have such a calming spirit as well. To my moderators, please drop Writers for Life's link in the chat. Joy, with somebody other than Joy, do we have any other mods? Okay, so at this point, hold on, I'm gonna do it. So Jojo, if you would drop Rachel's link for me, please. Give me 1 second, y'all. I promise I'm coming. All right. So there's Joy's link as well. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank you, baby. Okay, let's go, y'all. What is going on? Guys, there we go. Okay. You can't hear it? Okay, hold on, y'all. Y'all see a sister struggling today. Okay, no, this one doesn't have any sound. So this is the devastation. This is just one picture. I wouldn't even load up a whole bunch of pictures. Nobody, they're everywhere. You know, when you close your eyes, this is what you see. This is a lot, okay, to process. Now, when it happened to Maui, a lot of us empathized. But now it's on homegrown territory. And the fact of the matter is that it's here. This is what we're dealing with. Just one photo full, where it says a picture says 1,000 words. I would venture to say 10,000. So there are insurance companies that decided that they're just going to take their little insurance companies and millions, and I would venture to say into billions of dollars of profit, and they bounce. We're going to dive right into it.
Hey, look, just real quick, for all of you in California dealing with these wildfires, I want you to know that without a doubt, 100%, this is the fault of the Democrats you elected. Because there are 4 actions taken by the Democrats that are directly responsible for why you're enduring this wildfire. The first being your state stopped clearing the brush. They didn't want to spend state money anymore on maintaining and clearing the brush that starts these wildfires. And they figured they would save money by not doing it. And then after the wildfire, they would get federal funding to take care of all the emergency stuff. They have just decided that it's cheaper on the state to not prevent them from happening, and after they happen, use federal FEMA funds to take care of it.
So he's saying that this is multi-layered, that they're killing not 2 birds with one stone, but 4 birds with one stone. And if you put all of the pieces together, I led with this video because to me, out of all of the research and all of the listening that I've done, he got to the point. And it's logical, it makes sense, it adds up. And the more that you become aware of all of the things that are coming with it and the information that is being revealed, they talked about 2024 being the year of exposure. But I remember it took, when it happened with Maui, it took a minute. It took a lot longer than it took here. On California, you're talking about some of the richest people live there. Okay, when I talk about being diabolical, you read in between the lines. Man, listen.
Reason number two why you're enduring these wildfires is your mayor in LA decided to cut firefighter funding by $17.5 million. Now, it's less than what she wanted to cut. She wanted to cut $23 million, but yeah, she cut 17.5.
Where do these politicians get off thinking that they can just spend their money nilly-willy, our money nilly-willy, any kind of way that they choose to, with no repercussions, with no consequences, with no accountability, with nothing that holds their feet to the fire to where they would be motivated not to repeat the same process? $17 million of money that ain't even yours. You done mismanaged it and you done allocated it to some shit that don't even apply to the things that we are having natural, quote, and I say that loosely with quotations, disasters left and right. We got Texas and parts of the southeastern region going through in many of the areas a snowstorm this weekend, while we got California on fire. On fire. What the hell? And now you done took $17 million and then gave it to the immigrants that Trump getting ready to ship their asses back where they came from. What a waste of taxpayers' money when we got homeless people on the street, families, people starving, people are destitute, people are having to go exactly where people are willing to take them in. They're being displaced. People's lives are being flipped upside down. I can't think of a deeper trauma. This is diabolical, in my opinion. Thank you, beautiful one. Thank you. Hey, thank you, gorgeous. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Y'all, 17 minutes. And then we got this Tiffany chick, Hinyard. Boy, okay, we're not going to even go there. Let's keep going because I'll go left.
Oh, and she took that money plus an additional $4 million and spent it on taking care of illegal immigrants. See, the mayor of LA decided to spend $21.8 million taking care of those people, and she was able to get most of that money from the fire department. Lastly, our government has taken money from fire departments all throughout the United States and spent them fully equipping and fully funding 16 Ukrainian fire departments. Those fire departments have reported to international media that they are fully equipped and ready for any emergency. So if you're
let me get this. Okay, so I'm jumping. I think I done jumped one, but this one here is the one I was waiting on. So forgive me for skipping, right? Not going in order. But let me get this straight. We have fire departments that don't have what they need in order to successfully combat this fire and this catastrophic incident that has been going on at least for 3 days, possibly longer than that, for the very least of 3 days straight. Can you imagine the amount of shit that's been burnt up? And then you've got winds up to 100 miles per hour. Every single day of this catastrophic event, there has been 0% containment. That means no matter what they do, it is got a mind of its own. It is not playing. And it's tearing up some shit. But Ukraine, good old Ukraine, it ain't big enough that we done ran our country into the ground by giving them shit that I believe we have not been able to afford to give them. We lost leverage doing that, in my opinion. But based off of their representation and the words of their representatives, they have said that their fire stations are equipped with handling any catastrophe that comes that way, at the behest and the contribution of the United States. Don't talk to me about this country not being for sale. This country's been sold, in my opinion, long time ago. Ukraine, out of all places, boy, when it come out, because it's going to be revealed, I declare it and I believe it, it's going to be revealed at some point, and Biden may have taken his last rest once it does, and it may not take that long. However, we're going to find out why Ukraine got all these resources, this material, all of this money, all of this support. We backed them to go against Russia. Come on now. All things will be revealed. Come on, Bolo. Salute to Bolo. Please drop your links in the chat. My mods, if I have any content creators in my chat, please drop links. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yes, beautiful one, China. Absolutely. Joy, listen. I'm glad too. I'm glad too. All right, y'all, let's continue. I just had to go through that little diatribe because, you know, if I'm motivated for a reason to do a live, I'm going to have some passion behind it, good or bad. Let's go.
Wondering why you're dealing with these wildfires? It's because your fucking state's not clearing the brush. Your mayor in LA cut $17.5 million of your funding and spent all that money on illegal immigrants. And all around the country, we've taken money from fire departments to make sure Ukraine is fully equipped for any emergency. Thank God it's less than 2 weeks till we have to stop dealing with this dumb shit. Except for those of you in California, you reelected the Democrats, so enjoy that.
So we're going to go on to the next one. And this is Miss Niecy Nash. And we're going to listen to what she has to say because she was directly affected in some way. And prayers out to everyone that's affected.
I just want to thank everyone who prayed for us. So far, they have lifted the evacuation immediately from where we live. Our bags are packed. We're ready to go just in case. But there were citizens in our neighborhood that caught the person who they believe started the fires near where we are. Very, very grateful for that. And
now this is alleged. And, you know, I have no receipts of any of this being true. However, I will say that if it is revealed to be true, then that's big, right? Because she has a platform, she has a voice, she has impact. And not only that, she's been directly affected. And she said a neighbor selected, and I don't know if the neighbor apprehended it. I didn't read that deep into it, but I mean, all you need is the belief that somebody did it intentionally. In order to get to that level of belief, you have to use logic. You have to gather information. You have to weigh the good with the bad and, you know, and make your decision from there.
And I just feel my heart is so heavy for people who have lost everything. And it's just a hard place to be in, you know. And I am overwhelmed, and I am grateful. I feel like in a way I have survivor's remorse.
Definitely. Hold on, y'all. My bad. So, no, for real. That's a real thing. Survivor's remorse and survivor's guilt is a real thing. And you have to battle in order. I mean, it's like you, on one hand, you want to show appreciation. You want to show gratuity. You want to be grateful. And then at the very same time, your heart goes out and you feel like, why me? Why I am in the position that I'm in? And these people are afflicted. they're not so fortunate, right? So, yeah, let's move on. We're going to hear another celebrity speak on it.
Where I live is on fire right now. Literally, the entire city of the Pacific Palisades is burning. And, I flew here last night. I was on a plane, started getting texts, and it's gnarly, you guys. It's just a catastrophe in Southern California. Obviously, there have been horrific fires in many places. This is literally where I live. Everything. The market I shop in, the schools my kids go to, friends, many friends now have lost their homes.
Let me say this. I shared the celebrity, a couple of the celebrity stories because that's what is being spread on the internet. But I want to make a special note that they make up such a small amount in percent of those that are afflicted. Most of them, if not at least some of them, have recourse. They have the means. They may not be able to acquire the tangibles that they have lost in this catastrophic event, right? But they're not destitute. We got people out here that's one paycheck away from being homeless, and it's more of the people out here like that than we want to talk about. We don't want to talk about that. We don't want to mention that. But that's the majority of our brethren. I don't know if anybody, I know most of you probably, if you weren't there in the live, you watched the replay of Kwame Brown's, shout out to Kwame Brown Bus Life. If somebody would drop his link in the chat, I would appreciate it. Where we were having a whole discussion. Y'all lost my train of thought. That happens when you get my age. Forgive me. I'll talk myself back. Hold on a second. I know if somebody can type it in the chat. Anyway, I'm going to move around, right? And then I'll circle my way back to it. I think where I was going with my thought process is that, Miss Yo Thoughts hit the panel, and she said after hours of dialogue, nobody had mentioned, including myself, that we need each other. We don't even like each other. The enemy don't have to do nothing. And I mean nothing. The enemy don't have to do nothing. We've made each other enemies. We're going to perish. It's just that simple. I'm not here to walk around it, to elongate the conversation, none of that. It is what it is. We don't get back to the natural order of things, to God's order of things, putting God first, making God, etching him into our being through and thigh. By the way, I made that up, right? I ain't nothing I heard. It just sounded good rolling off the tongue. But without him, we not going to make it. We just not. Whatever you call him, whatever relationship you have with him, whether it's a him or her or it or we, it's a vibration. It is a connection. Has nothing to do, in my opinion, with names. at least it's not that high on the list. If we call it something different, but we're getting the same relationship as we see it, right? So, you know, without loving one another, without working together, without being able to put our differences to the side, all the information that you acquire ain't gonna mean a hill of beans. Gonna mean nothing at the end of the day. So until we heal in that area, we can make a plan all day long, but we're not gonna be able to execute it, not gonna be able to follow through with it. And we have to start with healing our homes. We have to start with healing our relationships. We all have to make concessions and sacrifices. So what? You have to be the person to say, you know what? Let's put this to the side because we need each other, whether we like it or we don't, whether we respect it or we don't. Most people are in survival mode. If I would venture to say everybody, you look at the celebrities, they seem to be more shaken than the people that have to deal with this shit day in and day out. In my opinion. Let me put my, y'all, hold on. Y'all already know. Put my, let me put my fair use up. Salute to the chat. Salute to the chat. I love y'all. Let's move on till I have something else to say.
As these wildfires rip through Los Angeles County, new fears of more homeowners insurance price hikes that could be spread across the state.
So let's talk about that in tonight's Politics at Large. Steve is live in studio with the wildfire impacts. It could be hitting all of us, Steve.
Yeah, Tony Marley, right now, the wildfire response is about safety first. Next up, though, the impact of this fire on California's homeowner insurance crisis. An urban inferno. Flames engulfing communities, wiping homes and businesses out. Also raising concerns about what could come next. Another explosion in home insurance policy costs.
Do you get the sense that this is a game-changing wildfire in California right now?
I don't think that we can say that yet.
Carmen Balbour is the executive director at Consumer Watchdog, a nonprofit that monitors California's insurance companies.
It feels apocalyptic in LA right now, and it feels like things have changed for anyone who's in the middle of this right now.
These deadly wildfires come just as the state.
Why did it change? And why did it change a couple of months before all of this shit started? Why is that just now being so? All of the people that it affected, that had to be, they left the state. Isn't California this? Is it the first? No, Texas is first. I think California is the second largest state out of the United States. Could be wrong on that, but I don't think I am. And you mean to tell me y'all took these people? There was one couple. Actually, no, I'm gonna switch to that because I have a video with that. The daughter is speaking. And she violated what do they call it? Curfew in the evacuation, right? She violated that, and she took a water hose and she's been spraying around her mother's house. Her parents. I think her dad is deceased. And the mother paid her mother paid 70 years of premiums. Y'all, 70 years of premiums for her property not to be protected or at least insured. Let's get through this and then we'll go to her video.
insurance commissioner proposed new rules requiring insurance carriers offer coverage of homes in high-risk areas with a trade-off: increased prices for all policyholders.
Every homeowner, every business in California will be affected by this fire.
Former insurance commissioner and current Congressmember John Garamendi says the insurance companies will use these LA fires to raise policy prices for everyone.
There's going to be a major effort by the insurance companies to use this fire and other fires to jack up the rates.
We were already on the brink. This is going to push us over. Republican Assemblymember Bill Saley is calling on Governor Newsom to propose a special session to create new laws in response to the LA wildfires. This is going
to... They need help now. What you talking about new laws? You can't afford to have time to be going through no processes to be implementing. This is an emergency situation. If it involved anybody connected to you or you would find a way to make that shit happen immediately. Why isn't that sense of urgency for our people? And you know, they say the quiet part out loud. They don't even, it's like they say it like we just supposed to be able to digest this and move on while we getting done up with no Vaseline. Peace be unto me, y'all. Okay, let's go.
Accelerate the run to the exit. Insurance companies are going to go out of the state even faster. This is a disaster. It's going to get a lot worse now because of this fire. This deadly firestorm, and already more concern of the costs yet to come. And one silver lining, there is a 1-year protection for homeowners in that LA fire zone. A fire insurance company can't non-renew people in the fire area and in surrounding zip codes for at least 1 year. So that gives people a little breathing room, a little bit as they try.
Okay, yeah, I can't listen no more of that. My bad, y'all. I don't even watch the news unless I'm, doing content. I don't even fool with the news because they so fake and so scripted. It just don't make no sense. Mel Dub says, this is exactly what I was telling many of you about homeowners insurance in Florida because of the hurricanes. Same exact situation. And then we talk about Maui, we talk about North Carolina. Boy, North Carolina, they did them dirty. But that was a hurricane. Which one is any different with what they're going through in California? Everybody is displaced. Their land is gone. Their investments are gone. Their life savings in most cases is in there because we are told over and over and over again that once we buy something, it's actually ours when it is not. Nothing is absolute and nothing really belongs to us. Nothing. Everything is a variable, in my opinion. Come on with it. So the second statement he said is, I will say this, not taking delight in any of this tragedy, but I am conflicted as hell because I remember these people laughing and mocking hurricane victims in Florida. I'm sure it wasn't everybody, Mel, but those that they know their heart, they know their posture, they know their spirit. You already know. Karma full circle. So don't even worry about it. You just feel what you're going to feel and then move the hell on. That's what I have to do anyway. Okay, let's go to this one. Boy, this one made me mad. I ain't going to even lie. This one pissed me off.
You decided not to leave.
I know I'm not supposed to be here, but this is my parents' home.
I know the feeling.
And they just they got canceled from their fire insurance. So they're dealing with this. They're 90 years old. And through the state of California, because of this, they're 90 years old. They've lived in this house for 75 years, and they've had the same insurance, and these insurance people decided to cancel their fire. And we're going through this, and it just happened, and they have no fire insurance. So thank you, California insurance companies, supporting residents who pay taxes and love California. And they wonder why people leave California.
First and foremost, you did get your parents out safely.
I live in Sierra Madre. My parents are in Sierra Madre, but
And now you know that it is under evacuation as well, not the Sierra Madre Boulevard.
yeah, he's stuck here. You know, there's a will, there's a way. Probably shouldn't do it, but you know what? Under the circumstances, send me to jail. That's fine.
It is unbelievable what's happening here to the neighbors. Your parents' house is still standing. You had a hose. You're doing what you can.
I mean, I have a hose. It doesn't compare to these beloved neighbors that I've known. I was born and raised in this house, and I live in Sierra Madre.
Look at the velocity of the wind of her standing outside trying to salvage her parents' life savings. Look at look at her being out there with a mask on and smoke that is probably more dense than most of us will ever encounter. Ooh.
I'm now 62 years old, and this is the house I was born and raised in, and I've never moved out of Pasadena, Sierra Madre, Hastings Ranch.
I know people are dipping in and out of our coverage as we speak to you. Let's have my photographer Romeo pan right over there to where we were and what's happening across the street. When you see that of your neighbors' houses, what are you thinking?
There's no words to even describe how heartbreaking. How heartbreaking. That's a life. That's your entire life.
She said it. She said that is your entire life that you are watching in real time go straight down in flames as life as you know it has changed, whether you want to acquiesce to it or not. So, look at this finish.
You don't get that back. The memories are gone. I hope they're alive.
So let's talk about the governor for a minute or two. Okay, because you know, there are being decisions that are being made, and we want to see who's making those decisions, who's being paid to make those decisions, what decisions they are actually making. Now, the magnifying glass is on you nationwide. This mother, this wife, this homeowner, this land owner, her daughter's school was burnt, their entire community is gone, and she had an opportunity to approach the governor. And this is what the exchange looked like.
Governor, you got a second? Governor, I live here, Governor. That was my daughter's school, Governor. Please tell me what you're going to do. Governor, I heard him, I promise.
I'm literally talking to the president right now to specifically answer the question of what we can do for you and your daughter.
Can I hear your call? Because I don't believe it.
I'm sorry. There's literally, I've tried 5 times. That's why I'm walking around tonight.
Why is the president not taking your call?
Because it's not going through. So I have to get cell service.
So let's get it. I want to be here when you call the president.
I appreciate it. I'm doing that right now. And it's to immediately get reimbursements, individual assistance, and to help you out. Devastating. I'm so sorry. Especially for your daughter. I have 4 kids. Losing this.
Let me tell you something. I got to come on camera for this. Hold up. I know you lying. She has a lot more patience or naivety. Something. She got restraint. She got something. For that man to sit in her face where she is watching not just her life change, but everybody around her, from neighbors to family to any number of neighborhoods and areas that she has had to transition and navigate through in order. And now she's outside and she's trying to talk to the governor. And she said, I don't believe you. Shout out to that wife, that mother, that person. Shout out to her. I don't think he cares. But shout out to her because I know I was glad she said it. She told him, I don't believe you. And he's looking her in her face. And once he gives that fake ass apology, he follows it up with, I understand. I got 4 kids too. How sway. So you're standing up here and you thinking of a exit opportunity. You trying to get into that vehicle as fast as you can because you see them cameras in your face, and that mama lion is in straight survival mode and protection mode. She got a family to think about. You getting ready to answer some questions, or you gonna sink yourself. Now, the part that bothers me is because I understand to a degree through the fact that I've been living long enough that politicians are dirty, but they're connected and they're very powerful. That's why so many of them fight. But I believe that there is a requirement of a lack of soul, no moral barometer. You're okay with selling your soul, because if you already know you're selling your soul, and this is my opinion, you sell your soul, then you already know that you better make the most of what's going on right here, right now, right? They're good at being fake, and they become really well-spoken liars. And you in this woman's face trying to placate to her. I'm a woman of solutions. She sounds like she's a woman of solutions. We don't want to hear that. We don't care nothing about how many kids you got. We don't care nothing about what the hell you going through, because whatever your situation look like is going to look much better than ours. And you wasting time, which is the plan, so you don't have to answer her question, not just to her, but you understand the power of the internet and that this shit's going to go viral, whether it's good or bad, because you are under the microscope and you are out of order. This pissed me off, so I wanted to speak on it.
Everyone who went to school here, they lost their homes. They lost 2 homes because they were living in one building another. Trevor, please tell me, what are you going to do with the president right now?
We're getting the resources to help rebuild.
Why was there no water in the hydrants, Governor?
That's all, literally.
Is it going to be different next time?
It has to be. Has to be, of course.
What are you going to do? To fill the hydrants. I would fill them up personally, you know that. I would fill up the hydrants myself. But would you do that?
I would do whatever I can.
But you're not! I see do you know there's water dripping over there, Governor? There's water coming out there. You can use it.
I appreciate it. I'm going to make the call to address everything I can right now, including making sure people
I'd
are
like
safe.
to make sure you do. Can I have an opportunity to at least tell people you're doing what you're saying you're doing? Could somebody have a contact? Can I have your contact information?
Right now.
So this woman is pleading for some answers, for some solutions, he started off, he said, I really have to go. She don't care nothing about that. What I think, not only do the politicians forget, but the people that pay their salaries and their pensions also tend to forget, is that that's our money. That is supposedly our votes that put you into position. Now, I haven't verified this for myself, but it came from a very reliable source and somebody I trust that usually speaks on stuff that they know for a fact, that He is Nancy Pelosi's relative. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think she said nephew. Or he said nephew. Shout out to Paul Thomas. Yes. So he is, if that's true, he is in the fabric of the politic game, which would really kind of answer why he's in California. Second largest state, most inept governor. Many are holding him responsible. You don't have water in the fire hydrants. There's no sources of water. Oh, we're just gonna say that the fire, there's with the winds, there's no use in even trying. And that may be true. That may be true. But as citizens and as residents, we pay to have the resources available to us. We get a water bill every month. We got to pay. I don't know about anybody else, but water's gone up over the years. A natural provided resource. But nothing is free. You got the same people that demonetized all of God's gifts and things to give us sustenance. They control it all, or at least that's their attempt, is to control it all. I said in Kwame's live today, I think it was in his live, but don't quote me. I said, you know, when it comes to these people, they monetize every single thing and they make you dependent upon them. They steal the knowledge and then they strip you and your lineage of the knowledge while they take it, and it dies at some point with our ancestors. And they find a way to monetize it and utilize control all at the same time. Come on with it, beautiful one. Come on. That's the problem that you got. Let me go back a little bit. Was he smiling? Joy. It sure looked like it. It sure looked like it. And you can hear Satan in his voice. I could too, beautiful one. I absolutely could too. And he gives me the heebie-jeebies. Not in a place of fear, but just, you just know there's something ain't right with that one. Okay, so yeah, you better listen to that inner voice and to that discernment and to that gut feeling, whatever you define it as. If it's telling you something, you better listen the first time. That's all I got to say. This woman her story went viral, but think of all of they said over 1 million people. 1 million people don't have electricity, or is it water? I don't care which one it is. The fact of the matter is both are just, you definitely can't live without water. But you're talking about areas, this fire is transcending all of these different counties and cities. And none of the fire hydrants work. All the wind is going in all of this area. The wind is going up to 100 miles an hour in one direction. I don't believe it. I don't. So this next video I'm going to share really is sad, but I want to show it because I want to drive home for those that may still have issues or troubles coming to terms with the times that we're living in, with the ability to live in a time where the diabolical has always been there, but because they know their time is short, they don't want to hide it no more. And you can't tell me that doing it in our face or our faces doesn't make a difference. But thank God for that. Thank God y'all did. All right, y'all. Y'all know I get to talking. Hold on. Where did I? There it is. Okay.
Okay, I guess let's park it along this street, yeah? And then, Dave, if you can, just move ahead of us and try to instead of singing. Right here. This is where it's gotta be. This is, oh my God. What? I've never, look at this. Beyond comprehension. Oh. Sorry.
Y'all, we're gonna watch that again. So this is the same place. Salute to the chat. We got I'm just like that in the building. It is good to see you, sis. I'm glad. Thank you so much for listening from the bushes. I don't know. Oh, I do know where you live. You live in Atlanta. I was gonna say, okay, I have to it take me a minute to process things. But even I don't care where you are. I want to extend a prayer. I hope all is well with you. I hope that everything is turning out the way that it should and that it was designed to. So peace and blessings to you. And we got my brother Mel Dub in the building. Thank you, Mel. I love it. I think I talked to you already because I showed some, but I don't know if I spoke to you. And beautiful one, I like this. I don't think I've ever seen it quite like this, but this is, hold on. Y'all, I'm feeling super challenged today. I think I'm just tired. I ain't gonna even front. It is what it is. I'm tired. So I can't get it on. I don't even, okay, hold on. There we go. All right, y'all. Thank you for your patience, politicians. But this brother, or the one that went to the aftermath after the fires, was able to sink before the wildfires and as a result after the wildfires. And this is what he saw.
Okay, I guess let's park it along this street, yeah? And then, Dave, if you can, just move ahead of us and try to instead of singing. Right here. This is where.
Y'all, okay, let me go back just a tad bit where it's more clear. So that's the same exact building. If you can see my mouse, is it the same? Is that a vehicle? I don't know. Maybe that's not the same because I see. Oh, they put up a wall because the structure of the building, whatever's left from there, it looks that it's right around. Look at the trees, though. Okay, so let's talk about that for a second, y'all. No, for real. I wanted to mention this, but I didn't. It wasn't say. It's not something I remembered right off rip. I have a question for anybody that may, because I got a lot of intellectual, educated people in my chat. Everybody's versed, right? So they go beyond and they love to be informed, right? Look at the trees. So of course, as hot as those buildings have been, the temperature at which they've been incinerated, the tree leaves are definitely, at the very least, are going to shrink, or some of them going to die, right? But with the level and the standard of heat that has brought and where it's traveled because of the winds, why wouldn't the trees be incinerated? Maybe I am off the mark. I don't know, y'all. This ain't my lane. But what I want to ask is it typical for trees to, I know I lived in a hurricane state, Florida. So I don't have any personal experience with fires, but I know one thing. In Florida, we used to have hurricanes where the area me and my family lived in, we would pretty much have to evacuate every year. We might have skipped one or two of the hurricane seasons my whole childhood, but I don't remember those times. And it was always the trees falling on the roof or on the car, or, you dealt with that more than you dealt with pretty much anything else. So my point is that the trees are affected. Something so devastating and so detrimental to everything that it's around, it touches. I remember I think it was 2000, the last big bad forest fires that they had in LA. 2008, 9. I could be off, but that's around that time. I remember being in California and I was visiting people. When I was leaving, the fires was going on. I was on the interstate for probably a good 9 hours, just at a complete standstill. Car never moved. Everybody was walking their dogs. They parked the car, turned them off, started meeting with one another. People looking, being nosy. It was a whole bunch going on. I was actually in the mix during that time. And when I passed, there was so much smog. You could barely see in front of you. But it was more detrimental in a lot of people's eyes to sit inside the vehicle. But we got trees where the fog, the smoke, the smog, all of that, whatever applies, can be over 1 to 2 states across. The trees are still standing. I don't know about nobody else, but I'm sorry, that just is not logical. It's not logical to me. Okay, let's move on. I'm not going to keep y'all too much longer, but yeah, definitely I needed to cover some stuff and get some stuff off of my chest, because the more I realize and learn about all of this, the more irritated I become, and I gotta get off my chest so I can get back to my family, right? So this is one person's opinion. This post is true. Bad government destroyed California. Every time the California voter had the opportunity to bring water, not only to all of California, but to our farmers and our growers, Newsom stood against it. For anyone who has ever driven north or southbound on Interstate 5 or California 99 sees the signs from growers and farmers condemning Gavin Newsom's water policies. Trump is not making that up. California, the most technology advanced state in our union. I didn't know that. That's important. I think that's a great piece of information to be aware of. California, the most technologically advanced state in our union, has failed to bring water to your tap and has failed. So is that a nice word for refused? What do you mean fail? We need a little bit more information than that, seeing as though we pay your salary and give you generational wealth and put you in position. Our environment has turned out to be a scorched earth policy. I done beat this dead horse with a stick, but I do want to show one more video and then we're going to close it out. Because like I said, I think I drove my point home, but my biggest objective is to say what it really is and what I see. And this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. We as a people are going to have to unite, or more of this will be happening until we're all disabled. Okay?
California's getting married. And someone's gonna have to call up Waluigi, because, yeah. I mean, y'all tell me, is this sus or no? Is it sus that State Farm just months ago canceled all of their fire insurance for homes in the Palisades, exactly where these fires are taking place. The move was justified by the company as an attempt to avoid financial failure. Well, that's cute. What the were all of us paying premiums to you for then? I wonder. Like, how is it legal for these? Anyways, let's just move on. On top of that, you have LA Mayor Karen Bass cutting fire department funding by $23 million this year, just recently. You have firefighters reporting that they're running out of water in the fire hydrants. Okay, you've got cars trapping people trapped in homes. Firefighters not responding to certain areas. I mean, what the fuck is going on? The sad thing is, I think we all know what's going on. Hey, did you hear the news?
And that's it. We all know what's going on. So, listen. Again, prayers go out to everyone that is affected inadvertently or directly. Because we all know somebody that has been affected, is being affected, and will be affected, because my information is that this is still ongoing, right? I want to give a special acknowledgement to Miss Beautiful One. Thank you so much for your continuous support. You are a gem. I love my mods. I love my mods. I love my tribe. I love my people. And I don't say that we are all one and the same, right? But I'm just saying, that's why I say it's a tribe. I say it's a community, right? I appreciate y'all. You take out time of your personal time where you could be doing so many other things, and so many other people and things could be grabbing your attention, but you have to be intentional to be here. I recognize that. So do I. But I love y'all and I appreciate y'all for that. Thank you so much. We got DJ Memphis in the building. Hey, DJ. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. Please feel free to go watch the replay. I got a little bit of a slow start, but once I get in, I'm in, right? So I definitely, I think it's worthy enough for you to go back. Any comments that I missed, y'all know I be having my ADHD, okay? And I have to be selective about, being engaged in the chat. I'm not one of them gifted people where I can just smoothly navigate and oscillate back and forth. You throw me in a hot second. So I be on a wing and a prayer in the chat sometimes, right? I look like your 6th grade teacher. I'll take that as a compliment. I didn't pursue the education aspect. I definitely thought about it, right? But I became a mom, and I love teaching my children. So to me, that was, I'm there for anybody that reaches out, or anybody that's open to receive anything that I have to say. So I feel like I have students at times in life, and I appreciate and I'm grateful for this platform to be able to connect with people I wouldn't ordinarily come to the point where we cross paths, right? Or we would be able to connect. So I'm always like super grateful for those that definitely come and support. I appreciate you hitting the like button and coming through. Mel Dub as closing, he says, I think what's refreshing about a lot of us who share similar content like this is that we give a good break from some of the SBS nonsense. Like, really, we have some intelligent minds. I love that, because it takes so many from all different levels to make the world go round. We gotta have people that, because I know for me, I'm like serious, right? I lean more towards serious than I do comedy, but that's why I love and seek out comedy and entertainment a lot, because that's what's giving me the balance from the, oh, my brain just doesn't ever shut down. There is a price that comes with that, right? You got to fight for peace constantly. You have to reach out. You have to, make it an intentional goal. So I'm grateful that I've learned to be able to do that. Okay, I got you, DJ Memphis. Thank you, baby. I got you. So, it's just, it's a good balance. So we need people of all different, I used to me, a farm is the epitome of peace, and I'll tell you why. I would say the only other environment that would match that, but it really wouldn't match it. It would just, I would get my own set of euphoria from that, is the beach. I was listen. Anytime you want to de-escalate, if you blessed enough to live by a beach, go put your feet in the sand. Leave your cell phone in the car. Go alone. Go when the sun is setting or it is rising. Very few people, except intentional people, will be at the beach. Walk and dig your feet and your toes right at the shore where the water breaks. So it just comes up slightly to your ankles. Right? Farms. It's the animals. It's the soil. It's the richness of the soil because of the animals. Y'all, I'll go deep. I will go deep. So thank you so much for your comments. If I missed you and I couldn't have highlighted everybody, but much love. I'm going to go back and watch the video. And I'm going, whenever the comments upload, and then I'm going to go through my comments. But I ask that please feel motivated or feel incentivized to start a conversation in the comment section after the video is over. When we're talking about the insurance companies and how it seems like there's more questions than answers when it comes to this wildlife incineration burn situation that is still ongoing days and days later. And more, okay, so before I leave, I'm just going to say this. I haven't looked for it, but I haven't seen it jump out at me as to a tally, because I guess it's because it's ongoing. So never mind. I just answered my own question. It's all good. So the point is that they're not going to give a mortality rate, because it hasn't fizzled and it hasn't ceased yet. So again, prayers out to those that are touched and affected, and peace and shalom to everybody. I appreciate y'all, and I could give a longer exit, but I ain't. Okay. Y'all tired of me. I'll see you in the next chat. Peace and blessings to everybody. I'm out.